face tough times in UK. Tuition soars by 60%. Naira devaluation. Nigerian students face tough times in UK. Tuition soars by 60%. Nigeria may record 700,000 unwanted pregnancies in 2023. UNDP. You want to find out the details of that report? Well, you can go there. We just talked about population control, and the UNDP is bringing that out. So just go get details from the Punch. Nigeria's VAT performance lowest in West Africa. Federal government. Nigeria's VAT performance lowest in West Africa. That you will also find on the Punch. Auto gas adoption will save 1.84 trillion naira. Federal government. You would also see that one on the Punch newspaper this morning. Would also take a few headlines from the Vanguard. Remember, we are live on Twitter and Facebook, so join the conversation from wherever you are. You can watch us live. So tell a friend to log on to Facebook, search for Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. You can watch and listen on Twitter, Nigeria Info PH. You can also to download the Nigeria Info app from the Google Play Store or the iOS store if you are an iPhone user, and you can also listen to us online from anywhere. Send in WhatsApp messages 0809 030 6416. On the Vanguard, Southeast under siege as gunmen resume killing. You'd find that on the Vanguard. PDP governors, APC differ over security situation nationwide. This one here says subsidy removal. Fubara unveils free bus services for Rivers commuters. You see that also on the Vanguard. And Benue killings not perpetrated by outsiders. Governor Aliyah speaking there. So those are a few headlines you would see on the Vanguard newspaper. We now open the phone lines and get your response. 0817 923 0007. Susie in Erema, good morning.
Good morning, Andrew.
All right, go on, Susie.
Yeah, let me talk about the issue concerning the being seminary clarification on the economic importance of the ring road. Yes, I think it was more like a lecture, the way she spoke about that ring road yesterday. And she also made reference to Lagos and left to the days of Lagos. Two groups of the language. It spoke connected to local government. And all that is connected to local connect to and flex to Adaja Konde and Epe. That is how Epe was opened. And then the second one again, coming back again to connect to Oshodi. Connecting to Oshodi and all those other sides, like Orile Igomu, moving from Orile Igomu to that is how, and Tinkan Island, that is how a state can be structured. So for anybody to say that the ring road here does not have any economic value, how would you even say that those who are going to be walking the ring road will be carrying headband, therefore they don't have economic value? Let me tell you something. In urban land, oil companies, whenever they come to construct, employ our youth, and most of the youth who are carrying headbands are not direct labor, they do indirect labor, and some of them have built houses, some of them have gone to school, some have bought cars, some of them have married, and they are living very well today. So this ring road will provide opportunity for people in universities, and those local government will be connected to other local governments. Very, very important.
Okay, Susie, thank you very much. Let's move on to Rumolomeni. You exhausted your time already. Cookie Gam is on the line. Hello, Cookie Gam.
Andrew, good morning.
Good morning.
Andrew, yesterday they flag up the freight transport vehicle by River State government. Andrew, our office is close to that place. I just trekked to that place today to go and witness that event. Andrew, two things have there yesterday from here. Two things. One, for 8 years and 2 months, this is the first time a deputy governor flag up for pushing a project in River State. It was a very welcome development for me yesterday. I saw the deputy governor speaking and commissioning a project for the first time after 8 years. I want to also be the governor, please allow the deputy to function. Let us know whether she is capable to help you to survive in River State. And number two again, as I was expecting to see between 50 to 100 vehicles yesterday, as I arrived yesterday, I was expecting to see between 50 to 100 vehicles. And we're headed to the 17 or 18. For me, Rivers State is above 17 buses to be commissioned to flag up for this transport. And you have to local government. We don't let bus run in Port Harcourt only. That's what I have to do for my village, or go to Asari Toro, or go to Ahuda, go to Omoko. Please, Rivers State government, I'm begging you, we are too big for these 17 buses. Provide more buses for them because Rivers State is a very large state. Please, I want to beg him. Thank you, Andrew. Good morning.
Thank you very much, Cookie Gam. Mufasa is on the line from NTA Road. Hello, Mufasa. Good morning.
Yeah, hi, Andrew. Good morning.
Yeah, welcome. Go on.
Thank you very much. Well, it's a flag off, and I'm very sure that there'll be provisions for more buses. I want to equally say that I do not think it's advisable for that bus to be entirely free. I was expecting that people should be expected to pay little, even if it's little as 100 naira, so that the money can be used to maintain the buses. In as much as we are feeling that more of such buses should be rolled out. And so kudos to the government of Rivers State for doing the needful. It's a very, very fantastic idea. But having said that, the Rivers State House of Assembly has approved that the Rivers State government should borrow 200 billion to finance the Ring Road project. I think it's also a good one, in as much as the money is not being borrowed to pay salary. That's how it's done everywhere. Government borrow to finance capital projects. And if the government has the capacity to repay back the loan, I want to say kudos to the State House of Assembly for supporting this administration. We all want development to come to Rivers State, and the only way development can come to Rivers State is if all the arms and chairs of government come together in collaboration and ensure that they move this case forward. That is when we can achieve development.
Okay, thank you very much, Mufasa. Let's go to Temple now. Rumomasi. Temple, good morning.
Good morning, my very distinguished Ifemi Andrew. How are you doing this morning?
Very fine, thank you. Go on.
A good one. I remain very distinguished. Okay. I think I want to applaud my governor for this wonderful, intervention buses he rolled out. In as much as I'm concerned that it should be extended to my own AGHA here, so that people coming from HA probably down to my place will also benefit from that wonderful gesture. But when you look at this, the statement from the deputy governor, this is to mitigate to the people of Rivers State the impact of the fuel subsidy removal, which for me shows that Sin has the interest of Rivers people in his heart, and he has deemed it fit to place everything that concerns Rivers people first. And I want to appeal to him to continue in this vein, because when you look at these buses, people are going to drive these buses, which indirectly tells you it is going to provide jobs for them. You look at the Ring Road, a lot of people will be employed. 3 years and 6 months, no be here, the salary, and I believe it will be a very juicy one. And I want to appeal to him. It is very much important that in all he is doing, you should make sure this transcend to other communities, AGAs, not only centered in Port Harcourt. It is a humble appeal from the very
Thank you very much. Leighton Barry Bori, good morning.
Good morning, Ifemi Andrew.
Yes, go on, Leighton Barry.
How are you doing?
Very fine, thank you. Go on.
Yes. Let me look at the free transport scheme by the Rivers State government. There is one thing my dad always told me. He said, any fight I want to start, and I know I cannot end, I should not start it. The free bus scheme is not only for civil servants, it's for everybody. Now, if the civil servants are prepared getting to the bus stop to join the bus, and emergently the other people, maybe market people, have filled the bus, would there be any alternative for provision for other people to leave the bus, for civil servants to board that bus, to ensure that they meet up their duty post? That is number one. I see that this thing will not end well, because a proper plan is not made for the provision of that bus, mostly for civil servants, and they should look at another means of doing it. If not, you see a whole lot of problem will come from there. Then secondly, the 200 billion for Ring Road, my brother, there are other roads that are very important to the people in Rivers State that are supposed to be met for now. Putting this gigantic project with borrowing with 200 billion. When we are talking about workers' welfare, that are workers that have not seen kobo to merge with. You know, the free bus thing is just like taking a friend to a beer parlor and he has not eaten and you give him beer. What do you expect him to do? He will just laugh.
Right,
and maybe no food in his stomach. He will end up being drunk.
All right, Leighton Barry,
so
thank you very much.
I want them to look at this procedure before they embark on this project, because it will not do us good for now.
Thank you very much. Time exhausted, but something you said. If you get to the bus station or you're not there early enough, it is for everybody. They did not say, "Oh, we give civil servants a special treatment." Now that we don't have the bus, how are civil servants getting to work? Everybody has been going to work now, haven't they? So because the bus is now available and you get there or you got there late and then somebody else is already inside, nobody comes down for you. It's either you wait for it to come back or you take another one or you pay and use the usual public transport. Simple. There's no preference to it because everybody is equally important in this. If the market woman that will be in the bus, if she or the person that owns a shop or owns something, it is what those people are doing that is also bringing the IGR that civil servants are recording in their offices. So it's a connected system. There's no, if you want to use the bus, I'm pretty sure there'll be time. I only have questions with the number of buses. I too would agree to a large extent that 17 buses, and then it's almost like we have one bus going to, if we have like two buses each for each of the locations, would make a lot of sense. I think it would be even more interesting if we have it that way. Let's say we have two buses from Mile 3 to Borokri. We have two large buses like that running that area. We have another two from, at least it might not be enough, but that could help. And then the local government chairman, I think the local government councils should also come up with a plan, especially those local governments that are far off, the Chase, the Emohas, I know that Abua Odwa had, I've said it before, I know Abua Odwa had a transport system, free buses that they had put in place that delivered parcels, that carried people that live in Abua, maybe you're coming to Port Harcourt for business. They had like those buses that the council chairman at the time put in place. If those buses are still running, I don't know. I might have to confirm, but I knew they had something of that nature. Some other local government council can take a cue and also try to do something for their own local governments to help people there who perhaps might need to come to Port Harcourt to sell whatever it is that they produce locally. So it's easy for them and they spend less money on transport, because the truth is 17 buses will not cut it. Maybe the government has other plans. I think they should be thinking of other ways to make things better. I don't assume that they will just stop at the 17 buses and say that is it. So let's wait and see. But for now, the 17 buses, you have to get to the bus stop early. If you don't, another person takes your spot. You wait for the next one, or you use the usual transport system. Nathaniel is in Onelga. Good morning.
Good morning.
Go on. Nathaniel, it's quite difficult to hear you. We can't hear you clearly, Nathaniel. You might have to call back. Cortez from Ajib Road. Okay, God's time in Onelga. Good morning.
Good morning, Ifemi Andrew.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rivers State House of Assembly approved 200 billion loan for Rivers State government. You see, I wouldn't want to condemn the project, but what I want to actually ask is the leader of the house, Edison here, said the project is a generator of revenue. It's a tax generator. And I was wondering on that particular statement if he knew what he was saying, or it was just something he said without understanding that particular point. What is the ring road going to do to generate money for payment of that loan, since he said it was a generator of tax? I think they have made the best thing of approving it, because the River State will lack road. That one is quite welcome. But the problem I have is the statement made by the leader of the house. I think he should go back and check well. Right. And federal government to investigate. Because over the years, we keep subsidizing fuel, and at the end of the day, we keep buying fuel at exorbitant rate. They should investigate it and come up with a comprehensive report, not just that report that will favor one person and doesn't favor the other person. And lastly, I welcome the idea of the bus provision, but I think Rivers State government should improve on the number of buses.
Thank you very much. God's time. Solution in Rumolumeni. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go on, Solution.
Yes, this transport scheme that the Rivers government unveiled yesterday, you see it as a kind of robbing Peter to people. Yes, because this is what the government wants. This is not Rivers people want. This is not our need. Because, for example, now, what if I wanted to go to somewhere now, and I get to that bus stop, there is no bus. So I'm going to stand there and wait until they arrive before I enter the bus. You know, so this thing is going to cause bad market to do public transport that are trying for no passenger. And eventually, that money that this bus taxi drivers or this bus driver, if you go to Garrison, if you go to most of the places where this motor will load, you see, size is lined up waiting for their turn. And this motor will come out to collect their passenger. The money they are supposed to make now, this thing will not just come and are you not seeing it? See, they come collecting the little that is supposed to be given to these taxi drivers now. This government motor will not come and collect it. It's not dropping people. This is what the River Settlement will have increased the salary of all the workers. This is just inflation. It's putting more money into their pocket so that they will have more to pay than you think they are giving them. But not this thing, this will not last 4 years. Just what? Highest 1 year now. This was to federal. Solution, thank you.
Thank you very much, Solution. Let's go to Augustine in Forces Avenue. Augustine, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, let me quickly comment on a statement of the governor of Rivers State over the ring road. For me, I think the governor has explained much about this road. The benefit of this road, the governor has explained in detail. Even a layman should understand. We should know the importance of road, the kind of development that this road is going to attract. My own concern is not to criticize what the governments are doing. Even if I'm in no position to criticize the government, I should be able to criticize constructively. Not anything I see, even in my domot, when I see development in my domot, I criticize it because I'm running no position. It's not in my character. The only thing I needed in this, if you ask me, this road should be designed in a way. Rail line should also be designed together with this road. Even that this rail line is not going to, they are not going to embark the project of this rail line at this point. But the rail line should also be included. Also, motor park should also be included so that all these things will be gazetted at the same time. It's not by tomorrow when another government comes, they will pay damage to people because you know that even the money we are talking about that is involved in this road, over 50% of it is to pay damage. So we should put all these things together so by tomorrow, after the next government comes, there's nothing like damages again when they want to control the rail line. The last time I visited Dubai, I noticed that transportation is very, very important. I see transportation is a very big business. I see the need of road networks. Go to other cities. Like when I visited Dubai, I noticed, I said, oh, we are just learning work in Nigeria. So, thank you. I remain Baba for the masses.
All right, let's go to Frank now at D-Line. Hello, Frank.
Good morning, Andrew.
Morning to you.
Yes. I want to thank our governor this morning for rolling out buses to question the effect of fuel subsidy removal. It's a welcome development. That was the way long way. Then for the issue of the ring road, that one is a welcome development also. And I urge our governor, Sinfuba, to open up our other Dedema and other cities. Not only Port Harcourt here. Please. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you very much. And Confidence in HA. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Andrew.
Go on, Confidence. Good morning to you.
Yeah, I want to thank His Excellency
for providing free transport. But the problem in Rivers State is lack of maintenance. And to bet me, in the next 12 months, all these buses will disappear from the road. Thank you and God bless.
All right, thank you, Confident. That's also a question that's been raised, but one of the callers also said something interesting, how these buses would affect the businesses of other transport, private transport companies and taxis and the rest of them that would be at the same parks where these buses would be operated. So I think it has to be structured properly. And well, many have said on the long run, the major lasting way to tackle this would be ensuring that people have more money in their hands. If they do, well, they might not feel the impact of the inflation at the moment. On WhatsApp, some of the messages here: the ring road construction shouldn't be overemphasized. SIM should do what is good for the people of Rivers State. Womet from LLA. Someone says, I want this opportunity to commend the senator from Imo State who made a motion establishing 3 modular refineries. Christian from Igbo Echie. Someone says, Potaka Ring Road is good, but Governor Fubara and Rivers State government should rework its priority. 200 billion construction of roads and bridges amidst high unemployment and poverty rate in Rivers State is backwards mentality for me. Amy Ferraga. Good morning, Andrew. 10th Assembly of Rivers State approves borrowing of the construction of the ring road. It's a good one because it will decongest traffic, foster development, especially in rural areas. Round face from making he sent that one in. Another one on WhatsApp says, good. Rivers State government should share 17 buses that have released to ease transport cost and categorize the buses exclusively for various classes. The civil servants and students should not share the same buses with market women and other business people. Barry Johnson. Well, bottom line is we need more buses. We need more buses because for taxis and other ones, the commercial vehicles that people use, it's not streamlined now, right? Because we have a lot, so everybody can enter anyone and do their business. So I think that's exactly what we need: more buses. And perhaps it would tackle that to a certain degree if we're still going to tour the path of subsidizing transport. So Kari from Akinima says, borrowing the fund proposed for the proposed ring road project is absurd. Please, why is the governor not telling Rivers people what was the strength of the government when he took over? That's for WhatsApp. On Facebook, this one's Thank God says, good morning. Rivers State government established free transport scheme to mitigate subsidy removal. It's a good one. Clever Sonny says, Governor Sim should revamp agricultural sector. That will create more jobs for Rivers youth. Anunobi Yoekachi Casey. How many youths in Rivers State are practicing agriculture? That's a big question. How many? I know that there are some people, but like, with context, if you put it in context of the youths that we have in this state, how many are in agriculture? How many are willing to go into agriculture? That's a question, because conversation for another day. Victor Marcos says, I was present at the public hearing of the Ring Road Bill supplementary, and I could tell you loud and clear the commissioner did not make mention of the town agriculture of Port Harcourt. Thank God Ability says, those opposing the ring road are true enemies of the state. That's all on Facebook. On Twitter as well, we have a few comments here that we'll just look at. This one says, good morning. Blessed from Alu. Governor Fubara unveiling free transport scheme that reduce suffering from oil subsidy removal. The government need to do this. What he needs to do is increase civil servants' salaries. So he says. And on Twitter, Ijere Dynasty says, the Port Harcourt Ring Road is the way to go. It will further reduce travel time and generate jobs. For the revenue generation, maybe they want to put a toll gate. We don't know. We cannot tell. But only time will reveal all. My name is Ifebi Andrew. Good morning and thank you for your time.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info. We'll be back.